Hello, Ocholi Okutepa is my name. I'm excited to be coming your way again. Have you subscribed to this channel? If you have not, I don't know what you're waiting for, and I hope you're not just subscribing, share to other people. All right, welcome to the show where I have Bible answers to every relationship question. Today I'm dealing with a very simple question, and that question, agitates the minds of a lot of single people, particularly single ladies. Now, what's that question? The question is, why are my unbeliever friends getting it easy? Sometimes people even ask me, I know this girl, she was a bad girl. I know this person, they were bad people. Why is it so? And every time I attempt to answer this question, people really come at me like, shh. First things first, the Bible says they become fools comparing themselves one to another. Leave comparison alone. All right? Okay, but let's assume you can compare. First thing is, see, an unbeliever is not on the same page with you. Satan is not bothered with them at all. So what Satan does for the unbeliever is to make their journey quicker. All right? The next thing the devil does, am I saying Satan is in charge of all our lives? No, I didn't say that. All right? But the next thing Satan does is Satan pumps you with so many wrong options. Now, let me give you the equation that makes your question very simple to answer. An unbeliever has very little standards to apply. Very little standards to apply. You have high standards to apply in a fallen world. Do you get what I mean? So you are more likely to meet 10 unbelievers before you meet one believer. Very true. And you are even likely to meet a believer that is not serious enough to make your cut. Do you see how high your bar is? So the first thing you need to do is to make peace, all right, with the fact that your process may not be as quick. I'm not talking about delay, because some things that people call delay is just God's process. Straight up, people call it delay. It's God's process. Because if God would have you reject 100 men, my sister, you shall reject 100 men. And the deception of the mind is, by the time you are reaching 100, it looks like, are my standards too high? I don't even know what I'm doing again. First things first, realize that the calling on your life as a child of God, see, you are a royal priesthood, a peculiar person. Not everybody can even marry into the royal family in England until recently. That's just a natural order of life. How much more you a child of God? So I tell children of God, what you should do is to focus on the prayer for divine orchestration. God has a plan for you. It's to focus on that. Divine orchestration. Number 2, to see and know, what is this plan you have for me? Because see, the reason agitation and anxiety comes in is that we are comparing in the natural and not seeing in the spiritual. Because the moment you begin to focus on the natural, see, an unbeliever is going to have it easy. I'll give you an example. Very clear example. You're more likely to meet guys in this generation who want to sleep with you. You won't sleep with them. But give another girl who is not believing one day of talking, they are in the person's house sleeping over. They're already doing weekend. So some of those things are not marriages, they are traps. Because I tell people, in fact, when I say this, I'll tell you the two sides of this coin. Number 1, those marriages are not on any solid foundation. Don't admire what you are not ready to experience. Please, I want you to hear that clearly. Don't admire what you are not ready to experience. So I give you an example. I easily go to your house and sleep over. I easily have sex with you. You're also in a marriage with me where I cannot control what you do with your body. Do you admire that? So yes, your friend, your classmate got married 5 years ago. You are still single. Do you admire the experience I just gave you? If it's so easy, you won't be asking this question. You'll be marrying somebody like that. It's the truth. Because even after all the pressure the devil has thrown at you, those type of people approach you all the time. You don't agree. Because why? It's not called delay. It's called standard. It's called standard. Number 2, some of them survive through what I just told you, but are running up and down in their heart or meeting counselors pained. Number 2, some of them don't even last any distance. It breaks. We have seen them every day. They walk away. So what are we talking about? See, what you should be concerned about is, what does the Lord say? That's what you should be concerned about. A lot of believers miss this point. So you come to the point where you allow pressure to down you. No, pressure shouldn't down you. What you should be doing at that time is, Lord, what are your thoughts for me? And the Bible says very clearly in Jeremiah, my thoughts for you are thoughts of good, not of evil, to bring you to an expected end. There is an expected end. That end is good. Because if we stick with him, the end is good. So our focus should be, what are you saying concerning me? Because the moment I can pick the heart of God concerning me, then I will rest concerning other things. That's where we come to, and that peace that is spoken of in Philippians chapter 4, that passes all understanding, will garrison our heart and hold us straight. Because when life is going around in circles and all of the drama is happening in life, you are able to say, I know in whom I have believed. See, you are never going to take charge of the process of getting married, waiting for marriage, hoping for marriage, if you don't know in whom you have believed. Because the moment Satan spots an anxiety in your life in an area, what he does is to feed the anxiety fat. If that's all you get from this video today, get it. God who created you is more interested in you getting married than you are. Why? His purpose is tied to it. If you read Genesis 1 and 2, you see, particularly Genesis 2:18, it was God that came to Adam and said, it's not good for you to be alone at this stage. Adam was not the one poking God, I want to marry, release me, I want to marry. No, it was not Adam. It was God who said so. God is more interested in you getting married than you know. So what do you want to do now? You want to go back to the place of peace. Leave unbelievers. That's why the Bible says, I can bring that in context here. It says, if sinners entice you, consent thou not. That's an enticement of Satan. When it begins to look like unbelievers are having it easy. I tell people the same thing in every area. An unbeliever is more likely in a corrupt world to get a contract faster than you. You would need to pray for God to bypass people and their wickedness. An unbeliever simply needs to slip envelopes if sinners entice you. In essence, that way becomes enticing. Because one of the things you also don't tell yourself in that enticement is that an unbelieving lady that has slept with 7 men in 1 year, you think relationship is easier for her. No, she is giving her body, for example. So you are not loosed, you are not weak, you are not useless. That's why it appears it's a harder journey. It's not hard. You are simply having a standard journey, not a longer journey. I really hope you took that from this video. All right, I'll be glad to answer your questions, just in case you send us your questions in our other episodes of this show. But remember, this is the show where I have Bible answers to every relationship and marriage question. Once again, Ocholi Okutepa is my name. God bless you.